Power of accountability, how owning your story transforms your life. I want to begin today by acknowledging someone extraordinary, Jamyra Sanders. Her insights on accountability have transformed not just her own life, but the lives of countless Black women seeking to step into their power. What struck me most during our recent interview wasn't just her impressive accomplishments, but how her journey exemplifies what happens when we embrace responsibility instead of running from it. Her radical honesty about the messy parts of growth has created ripples of change that continue to expand. She's not just talking about accountability, she's living it, breathing it, and showing us all what's possible when we own our stories. Have you ever noticed how we're taught to hide our failures, to brush them under the rug and pretend they never happened? We've created a culture where perfection is the standard and anything less feels like defeat. It's as if we're all performing in some bizarre play where everyone pretends to have it together all the time. But what if I told you that your mistakes aren't roadblocks? They're the very stepping stones that will lead you to your purpose. What if the thing you're most ashamed of could become your greatest source of strength? Let me ask you something. When was the last time you said these three simple words? I was wrong. For many of us, especially Black women who've been conditioned to be strong at all costs, those words feel like surrender, like weakness, like failure. We've been taught that admitting mistakes means giving others ammunition to use against us. So we build fortresses around our vulnerabilities, never realizing that those walls don't just keep others out, they keep us locked in. But here's the truth I've come to understand through my conversation with Jamyra. Accountability isn't about shame, it's about freedom. When we examine the journeys of women like Jamyra Haynes, known professionally as Cuban Link, we see this principle in action. Growing up in Camden, New Jersey, a city often defined by its socioeconomic challenges, Jamyra faced significant barriers as an Afro Latina woman entering entrepreneurship. The odds weren't exactly stacked in her favor. But rather than allowing circumstances to define her, she took ownership of her path. She leveraged social media not just to build a brand, but to build an authentic connection with her audience. When faced with public scrutiny during relationship ups and downs, she didn't hide, she didn't deflect. She learned from those experiences and used them as fuel for self improvement. The result? Her fitness brand, Cuban Fit, flourished into a symbol of strength for women embracing both fitness and femininity. She expanded into skincare with You Glow Girl and ventured into real estate, all before turning 30. From modeling with Wilhelmina to building multiple businesses, Jamyra's willingness to be vulnerable about her experiences resonated with thousands online. But here's what's truly remarkable: her success isn't just measured in followers or dollars, it's measured in the number of Black women entrepreneurs who saw themselves reflected in her journey and thought, if she can do it, so can I. That's the ripple effect of accountability. When we own our stories, mistakes and all, we give others permission to do the same. We create a domino effect of authenticity that can transform entire communities. This reminds me of something Jamyra Sanders emphasized in our interview. Taking responsibility for your actions is a crucial step in maturing into womanhood. When you own your mistakes, you create new opportunities, not just for yourself, but for everyone watching your journey. Now let's look at another powerful example. Jamira Burley, named among the Power 40, a list celebrating influential leaders in business, entrepreneurship, tech, and media. Jamyra's advocacy work is deeply rooted in her personal experience overcoming adversity as a young Black woman leader. Growing up amid systemic obstacles, including poverty and violence within Philadelphia communities historically marginalized by race and class inequities, Jamyra had every reason to become a statistic, but she made a different choice. She took responsibility not only for changing her own life trajectory, but committed herself publicly as an advocate, pushing for reforms around education, justice, and criminal justice at both local and national levels. The outcome? Her advocacy led directly to policy changes benefiting youth across multiple cities. She became recognized nationally among top business influencers and was named one of the Power 40 movers and shakers. She's spoken at global conferences and launched programs helping hundreds access better educational resources. Raised amidst hardship, yet determined not to be defined by it, Jamyra credits learning from family mistakes as the core motivation behind every project she leads. Her journey proves that taking accountability and using painful lessons constructively doesn't just transform individual lives, it creates ripples across entire industries and societies. As Jamyra Sanders pointed out during our conversation, every setback is a chance to learn and develop resilience. By reflecting on missteps, Black professionals can transform challenges into stepping stones toward leadership and influence. But accountability isn't just powerful in our professional lives, it transforms our personal relationships too. Consider the story of Jamyra Haynes and her partnership with Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. In their relationship dynamic, they use vision boards together as tools for mutual goal setting and accountability. Both partners juggled demanding careers while navigating public scrutiny over their high profile romance, which included rumors about breakups and reconciliations played out on social media platforms. Rather than letting external pressures define their relationship, they created vision boards aligning their personal and professional goals. This practice required honest self reflection about past missteps and miscommunications so they could move forward stronger together rather than apart. Their communication improved markedly. Each supported the other's ambitions, from business launches to philanthropic projects, with transparency regarding what they learned when things didn't go perfectly at first attempt. The couple often shared candid moments online, from playful pranks, addressing jealousy rumors, to debunking engagement speculation, demonstrating openness and vulnerability even amid celebrity pressures. Their example encouraged followers worldwide, including many young Black professionals, to use similar practices both personally and professionally. It showed how healthy partnerships are built upon mutual respect and accountability, not perfectionism or blame shifting. Now, I want to be clear about something. Accountability isn't about beating yourself up. It's not about dwelling in guilt or shame. It's about acknowledging reality so you can change it. Think about it this way: you can't fix what you won't face. When we refuse to acknowledge our mistakes, we rob ourselves of the opportunity to learn from them. We stay stuck in patterns that don't serve us. We miss the chance to grow into the women we're meant to become. But when we embrace accountability, something magical happens. We reclaim our power, we step into our agency, we become the authors of our own stories rather than victims of circumstance. As Jamyra Sanders emphasized, as you evolve, your story of growth becomes a beacon that motivates others to pursue their own transformation, fostering empowerment within the community. This is especially important for Black women who have historically been denied agency in so many ways. Owning our stories, including the messy parts, is an act of resistance. It's saying, I define who I am, not the mistakes I've made or the systems designed to hold me back. But how do we actually practice accountability in our daily lives? First, we have to get comfortable with discomfort. Growth happens at the edge of our comfort zones, in those moments when we'd rather look away but choose to look closer instead. Second, we need to distinguish between guilt and shame. Guilt says, I made a mistake. Shame says, I am a mistake. Accountability works with the guilt. It acknowledges the action without condemning the person. Third, we must practice self compassion. Holding yourself accountable doesn't mean holding yourself to impossible standards. It means acknowledging your humanity and committing to do better next time. And finally, we need to share our journeys, not just the highlight reels, but the behind the scenes footage too. When we're honest about our struggles and how we've overcome them, we create space for authentic connection. This is what Jamyra Sanders has modeled so beautifully. Her willingness to share not just her successes, but the lessons learned along the way has created a community of women who feel seen, understood, and capable of their own transformation. So today I'm challenging you to a revolution of accountability. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, but right now, in this moment. I want you to think about that thing you've been avoiding, that mistake you've been minimizing, that truth you've been hiding even from yourself. What would happen if you faced it head on? Imagine a world where we all had the courage to say, I messed up and here's what I learned. Imagine how quickly we could grow, how deeply we could connect, how powerfully we could lead if we weren't wasting energy hiding our imperfections. Your accountability journey isn't just about you, it's about creating a legacy of truth telling that will outlive you. It's about showing others, especially those who look up to you, that strength isn't about perfection, it's about progression. So I'm asking you, no, I'm challenging you to make one brave choice today. Own one mistake, share one lesson. Take one step toward becoming the author of your own story because your mistakes don't define you. Your response to them does. When you choose accountability, you choose freedom, you choose growth, you choose to step into the fullness of who you were created to be. And as you do, remember that you're not just transforming your own life, you're creating a ripple effect that touches everyone around you. Your journey of growth becomes a beacon that motivates others to pursue their own transformation. The world doesn't need more perfect people. It needs more honest ones. It needs you, all of you, the triumphs and the failures, the strengths and the weaknesses, the lessons learned and the growth still to come. Your story matters. Own it, share it, transform with it. The power is in your hands. The time is now. Thank you.